December 6, 1994, Athens, Greece. A baby is born into poverty. His parents, Nigerian immigrants who fled war and famine, can barely afford to keep the lights on. They live day to day, paycheck to paycheck. Sometimes, no paycheck at all. Fast forward 27 years, that same kid stands at center court, holding an NBA championship trophy above his head. 50 points, 14 rebounds, 5 blocks. One of the greatest finals performances in NBA history. His name, Giannis Antetokounmpo, from sleeping in basketball gyms, to two-time MVP, from selling watches on the streets of Athens, to a 5-year Supermax contract worth over $200 million, from not even owning a passport to becoming an NBA champion. This is the story of how a skinny kid from Greece made the entire NBA look stupid. Athens, Greece. Early 2000s, Giannis and his older brother Thanasis walk the crowded streets, carrying knockoff sunglasses, watches, and bags. They're not tourists. They're not shopping. They're surviving. Their parents, Charles and Veronica, came to Greece with nothing but hope. Charles was a footballer back in Nigeria, fast, skilled, dreaming of going pro. Veronica, a high jumper with Olympic-level talent. But in Greece, they were undocumented, invisible, unable to get stable work because of their immigrant status. The Greek system didn't recognize them, didn't give them papers, didn't give them a chance, so the kids helped however they could. Every morning, Giannis and Thanasis would hit the streets, selling whatever they could find. Watches, bags, DVDs, anything to bring home a few euros.
Who was the better salesman?
He was the better salesman because, you're gonna get something. You are gonna buy something. It doesn't matter.
He was charming.
Let me see your face.
He was charming.
He was charming.
He was the charming one?
Yeah, he was charming.
Some days were good. Most days weren't. Giannis didn't dream of basketball then. He dreamed of football, like his dad.
He was like my father. Any sport that he touched, he's good at.
He wanted to run down the pitch, score goals, hear the crowd chant his name. But fate had other plans. One day, a man named Vasilis Xenakis noticed something. This scrawny kid, tall, athletic, impossibly fast, running through the streets with bags slung over his shoulder. Vasilis was a youth basketball coach. He'd seen thousands of kids, but something about Giannis caught his eye. The way he moved, the length of his strides, the natural coordination. Vasilis approached him. "Hey kid, have you ever played basketball?" Giannis looked at him like he was crazy. No interest. Football was his game. Basketball, that was America's sport.
I hated it. At first, I did not want to play basketball. I wanted to be a soccer player just like my dad. But the Nazis wanted us to play basketball. And, I was probably 12 years old, and I wanted to spend time with the Nazis, so I was like, okay, I'll play basketball.
But Thanasis was already playing at a local club, Philathlytikos, a small second-division team with barely enough funding to keep the lights on. Vasilis didn't give up. He kept asking, kept pushing. Eventually, Giannis gave in. Fine, I'll try it. And just like that, everything changed. At first, Giannis hated it. He was clumsy, uncoordinated. He didn't understand the rules, didn't know how to dribble properly. And the commute? Brutal. He walked 5 miles to practice, through rain, through heat. Sometimes, when he couldn't make it home before curfew, he slept in the gym, on the hardwood, using his gym bag as a pillow. But slowly, something shifted. The game grabbed him. Late at night, when the gym was empty, he'd stay behind and practice.
And when I was practicing, I wasn't thinking just about practice. I'm thinking about my dad and my mom are selling stuff in the street right now. And I gotta do whatever it takes to get better and hopefully have them never do that again.
He'd watch grainy YouTube clips of Allen Iverson breaking ankles, Kobe Bryant hitting impossible fadeaways, LeBron James throwing down thunderous dunks. Then he'd go back to the court and try to copy their moves, over and over and over. The kid who had no interest in basketball, he was falling in love.
That outdoor court was in my neighborhood that I grew up in. That was our second home. Yeah, that's where we grew up.
At just 16 years old, he was called up to Philathlytikos' men's team. Not the youth squad, the actual men's team. Division II, low-level basketball, but professional nonetheless. Scouts started showing up to games. Not many, but enough. Yorgos Panou, a Greek agent, saw something special. He contacted Alex Saratis in the United States and said, "You need to see this kid."
Got a kid who, his mentality, his makeup, he was going to be a player.
There was just one problem. Actually, 3 problems. Giannis was underweight. Barely 190 pounds soaking wet. Raw. Unpolished. He couldn't shoot. His handles were shaky.
Κάθε μέρα μέσα στο γυμναστήριο, ένα καχυκτικό παιδί, αδύναμο, με προβλήματα πιθανών και διατροφής στην καθημερινότητά του. Παρ' όλα αυτά, ερχόταν καθημερινά. Όταν βάλαμε στόχο ότι για να μπεις να παίξεις το αντρικό ήταν 16 χρονών, πρέπει να δυναμώσεις, να μπορείς να τα βγάλεις πέρα με άντρες, Αυτός από την επόμενη μέρα μπήκε στο γυμναστήριο, πριν και μετά την προπόνηση, δούλευε μες στα δαβάρια.
And he didn't have a passport, not from Greece, not from Nigeria. He was stateless. Despite all of this,
the summer before, in July, his agent emailed me and said, "Hey, Jonathan, there's a guy here in Greece that you want to take a look at. He's about 6'6", skinny. He's of Nigerian descent. He doesn't have a passport right now. We're trying to figure that out."
My name is Giannis Antetokounmpo. I want to be NBA player.
Giannis nearly carried his Division II team to Greece's top league.
I was playing the second division in Greece, and it was a final game. Whoever win that game, he will go to the first division. I remember that game. I was feeling so much pressure, and a lot of scouts came and watched me because it was the time that I was about to go in the draft, and all that. So I was feeling so much pressure, and I didn't have fun.
His stats were insane for someone his age. The whispers got louder. This kid, he might be ready for the NBA.
You know, you didn't want to come because your family couldn't come. He was like, I don't care about the draft. I'm not coming over if my family's not coming.
And my dad told me at the time, look, you gotta go. That this might be good for us. And I was like, okay. They told me Tanaz gonna be there. I was like, okay, let's do it.
With the 15th pick in the 2013 NBA draft, the Milwaukee Bucks select Giannis Antetokounmpo from Athens, Greece. He last played for Atletikos in Greece.
You remember what first thing you asked for? Before an interview started, before anything, you said, I need my brother.
What do you bring to the table? And I understand you did play some point guard, so are you that skilled at handling the ball and doing what you do?
Yeah, I can play in the position, the point guard position, but I can handle the ball, pretty well. But the thing that make me special in the game is what I'm unselfish point guard.
June 27, 2013, Barclays Center, Brooklyn, New York, with the 15th pick in the 2013 NBA draft.
Did you see the play this summer when Giannis went from the free throw line, 2 dribbles, end to end?
No, Jimmy, that's what I do, That's what I do.
The Milwaukee Bucks select Giannis Antetokounmpo. The ESPN commentators stumbled over his name.
I think the hardest thing was that you guys wasn't here with me, and I was 18. I was a kid. There was many times went to John Hamm's office and just crying like a little kid. I want my mama. I want my mom and dad. I want my brothers.
He was vulnerable. He was scared. He would sleep in the gym because he had no reason to go home. He didn't want to go home. He was alone.
The analysts had no footage to show. Most mock drafts didn't even have him in the first round. He was a complete mystery. Giannis watched the draft from Greece, surrounded by his family in their tiny apartment. When his name was called, they erupted. Tears, hugs, disbelief. But Giannis, he was terrified. Not of the competition, but of leaving his family behind. His brothers, his parents, the only people who ever believed in him. Still, he boarded the plane, flew to America, started his rookie season, and every single paycheck, he sent home. One night after practice, he didn't even have enough money for a taxi to get to the arena for a game.
He will have a choice here. I know that I have to be on the court like pre-game shooting in like 30 minutes. I have to start running. So I just started running. It was cold. It was cold. My hands was freezing and shaking. I was
We're out shopping and I see, like 2 blocks away, I see a very tall person running. And I think, looks like might be Giannis. He is running and he's wearing jeans and a windbreaker and it is 18 degrees out. And I say, can we offer him a ride? He says, sure. He climbs into the backseat of our car and we have a really little car. We have a Honda Fit, right?
Yeah.
So he's sitting in the back seat all like folded, like his knees up to his chin.
He was stranded, had to call the team's front office for help. They thought he was joking. He wasn't. Meanwhile, back in Greece, his parents were trying desperately to get visas to visit him. First application, denied. Second application, denied again. Charles and Veronica were heartbroken. They just wanted to see their son play. One last chance.
And then he started calling me to say, Yorgos, if that's gonna happen third time and they cannot come, I'm leaving.
Valentine's Day, Madison Square Garden.
Antetokounmpo, a very special night for him.
Hey, my family over there, it just gave me energy, and I'm really happy, they made it here in America, and they be able to see me play.
New York Knicks versus Milwaukee Bucks. Giannis steps onto the court for warm-ups. He's nervous. Not because it's the Knicks, not because it's MSG, because he knows. He looks into the crowd, scanning the sea of faces, and there they are, his parents. After 2 rejections, the 3rd visa attempt worked. Charles and Veronica Antetokounmpo were finally in America. Finally able to watch their son play in the NBA, Giannis played with everything he had that night. Every drive, every rebound, every second on the court was for them. 15 points, pure emotion.
All these guys that are legends because the number retired. The team in Greece did not have my number retired. Maybe 50 years, 20 years, maybe my number is up there next in career. Oscar Robinson.
You know, since Giannis has arrived, he's done everything he could possibly do to make himself the best player he can become. And we have full faith and confidence in Giannis that that's not going to stop.
Rookie year was rough. The Bucks were terrible, dead last in the conference. No direction, no hope. But Giannis, he was different. Coaches loved his effort, his humility, his freakish athleticism.
I went to practice and there was OJ Mayo, and I was like, they told me you're with OJ. I was like, who's OJ? And he said, sorry for my language. He said, you know who I am? He was pissed.
He could guard multiple positions, run the floor like a gazelle, block shots out of nowhere.
When you go out there, they don't care who you are. For me, just a jersey.
When injuries hit the roster, he started 23 games, showed flashes, elite ball handling for someone his size, pinpoint passing, shot blocking instincts. The potential was undeniable. Summer of 2014, NBA Summer League.
I would like to introduce the new head coach of the Milwaukee Bucks, Jason Kidd.
Las Vegas. Giannis dunked over Rudy Gobert, one of the best rim protectors in the world. The highlight went viral. The Bucks, however, lost every single game that summer. But Giannis wasn't discouraged.
I go in the office to Jay Kidd. You can ask Jay Kidd, say, listen, you need to start.
On August 23, 2014, he sent out a tweet that would define his entire career. I'll never leave Milwaukee until we build a championship-level team. Also, I love smoothies. The internet laughed.
You know, he's so long and athletic. He covers a lot of ground on both ends of the floor. I mean, we were watching film on him, and you know, I think the majority of the defensive plays were happening because of him, and most of the offensive up-tempo things that they were doing was because of him as well. He's making plays, and he's doing it on both ends of the floor.
Sports analysts mocked him. That's cute. Wait until free agency. He wasn't joking.
Always playing the same speed, with the same aggression.
2014-2015 season. New head coach, Jason Kidd, a Hall of Fame point guard, one of the smartest basketball minds in the game. Kidd watched Giannis in practice and saw something nobody else did. This kid wasn't just a forward.
Yeah, MVP trophy. Yeah, I'm the real MVP.
He wasn't just an athletic freak. He could play any position, handle the ball like a guard, defend like a center, pass like a point guard, rebound like a power forward.
Oh, he got it! He got it! Went out and in again! It's almost like Blake Griffin all over again at the buzzer!
10 games into the season, Kidd made him a starter. The results? Instant Giannis averaged 12.8 points, 6.9 rebounds, 1.1 blocks.
Turnaround over Kirk, short, and coupled over the offensive board. He backs in, turns, lefty.
But more importantly, the Bucks started winning. They went from 15 wins the previous year to 41 wins. Playoffs.
Splash, you knew it was coming. Count the basket and a foul.
This was an intentional foul by Giannis. It puts him up 33. They're going to take a look at the play. They will review it.
First time in years, Milwaukee had hope again. 2015 playoffs. First round, Chicago Bulls, Derrick Rose, Pau Gasol, Jimmy Butler, a veteran, battle-tested team. Giannis struggled early.
When I came over here, I was 6'9" at the time when I was 18, and then I grew. But I used to play like I was a guard. Almost I was trying to avoid the contact. Once I realized, you know, my length and how big I was compared to everybody else, and I got stronger, that's when I realized I could power through the contact.
Missed easy layups, turnovers, nerves. Down 0-3, the Bucks looked finished.
We're going to go forward with him handling the ball, and you can call him point guard, point forward, point center, whatever, however you want to look at it. But, you know, with him having the ball and the pressure he puts on the defense and his ability to find guys has been a plus for us.
But then, Giannis found his rhythm, attacked the rim with reckless abandon, played lockdown defense, won 2 straight games, fought like hell. Game 6, United Center, Chicago. The Bucks were down but fighting.
It's time for me to step up, and lead this team. I'll be 22, but I gotta lead this team.
Giannis was everywhere, blocking shots, grabbing rebounds, igniting fast breaks. Then Mike Dunleavy Jr. threw a cheap shot. A hard, unnecessary foul. Giannis snapped, retaliated, ejected. The Bucks lost the series. But in that moment, standing at center court, chest heaving, eyes blazing, Giannis proved something to the entire league. He belonged. 2015-2016 season. Giannis came back different. He bulked up, added 15 pounds of pure muscle.
I will show you Rashad this morning. I'll show Rashad this morning pictures from my rookie year. I was skinny. I'm skinny right now, but I'm a lot stronger than what I was.
Grew to 6'11" with a 7'3" wingspan, but he didn't lose any speed, any agility, any finesse. Opening night against the New York Knicks.
Realizing, my family realized that I'm supposed to be here. I'm just happy that I'm here. I'm happy that I'm going through the process, and I'm always want to be better, do better for my team, and that's what gives me joy. Like winning games, that's one. But improving and seeing the result at the end of the day.
27 points. Jason Kidd started experimenting, letting Giannis bring the ball up the court and run the offense.
You guys see the new movie Constipation? No? Constipation. It's because he hasn't come out yet.
A 6'11" point guard. Point Giannis was born. He dropped a career-high 33 points against Cleveland. Dominated games in ways the league had never seen. The Bucks missed the playoffs, but Giannis was no longer a project, no longer a mystery. He was a problem. 2016-2017 season. Giannis took another leap, averaged 22.9 points, 8.8 rebounds, 5.4 assists, 1.6 steals, 1.9 blocks. An absolute stat-stuffing machine. At season's end, the award was obvious. NBA Most Improved Player. First round of the playoffs, matched up against the Toronto Raptors. Game 1 at the BMO Harris Bradley Center, 28 points. Total domination. The crowd chanted his name. Milwaukee believed. But injuries to key teammates derailed the run. Chris Middleton went down. The depth wasn't there. Eliminated in 6 games. Still, the league was on notice. Giannis Antetokounmpo was coming. September 29th, 2017. Giannis is in the gym, training, getting ready for the new season. His phone rings. His father, Charles, passed away. A heart attack. Sudden, unexpected. The man who left Nigeria searching for a better life. Who worked construction jobs under the table. Who sold goods on the streets just to feed his family. Who never got to see his son become a superstar. Gone, Giannis was shattered. Days later, he stepped onto the court in Portland and dropped 44 points, dedicating the performance to his dad. After the game, he broke down in the locker room. Basketball wasn't just a job anymore. It was his father's dream. And now, his mission. The 2018 playoffs came. First round against Boston. The Bucks fought hard but were eliminated in 7 games. But the fire inside Giannis, it was only getting stronger. 2018-2019 season. New head coach, Mike Budenholzer. Coach Bud brought structure, a modern offense, defensive discipline. The Bucks added Brook Lopez to stretch the floor and protect the rim.
This is my honor and pleasure, and genuinely excited to introduce Coach Mike Budenholzer to the Milwaukee Bucks organization as our head coach.
They built a system around one man, Giannis. The results were historic. 60 wins. Best record in the NBA. Giannis averaged a mind-blowing 27.7 points, 12.5 rebounds, 5.9 assists, 1.5 blocks per game. And then in June 2019, the announcement came, Giannis Antetokounmpo, NBA Most Valuable Player. From selling sunglasses on the streets of Athens to the best player on the planet. The playoffs started. First round, Detroit Pistons. Swept. Second round, Boston Celtics. Destroyed them 4-1 conference finals. Toronto Raptors. Game 1, Bucks win. Game 2, Bucks win. Up 2-0. This was it. The NBA Finals were within reach. The championship was right there. And then, the Raptors unveiled something the league hadn't seen before. The wall. A defensive scheme designed specifically to stop Giannis. Load the paint with defenders. Clog every driving lane. Dare him to shoot from outside. And it worked. Game 3, Raptors win. Game 4, Raptors win. Game 5, Raptors win. Game 6, Raptors win. The Bucks lost 4 straight games. Giannis fought. Averaged 22.7 points in the series. But his teammates couldn't hit open shots. He couldn't break through the wall alone. Eliminated. The doubters came out in full force. He can't shoot. He'll never win a championship. He's just a regular season player. He should leave Milwaukee and join a super team. The noise was deafening, but before the criticism could consume him, Giannis got a text message from Kobe Bryant. Kobe's challenge was simple. You won MVP, now go win it again. Prove them wrong.
I didn't know if Kobe knows.
He knows you.
Yeah.
2019-2020 season, Giannis came back hungrier than ever, dominated the regular season.
He made me believe, I'm like, Kobe Bryant thinks I can do this. I can play in the higher level and lead my team and win the MVP.
Led the Bucks to the best record in the league again, and in June 2020, he won his second consecutive MVP award.
Moving forward, I think that motivates me on a daily basis. Just playing hard, playing for my family, and especially playing for my dad. Hopefully, he's seen us from above and he's proud of us.
Back to back. Only the 12th player in NBA history to do it. But in the playoffs, disaster struck. Second round against the Miami Heat. Game 4, Giannis plants awkwardly on a drive. Ankle sprain.
So I go back in the gym and I just start shooting. And Giannis walks in the gym and he looks at me. And I can't do his Greek accent, but he goes, "What are you doing here?" And I kind of looked around like, no, what are you doing here? You're about to win your first MVP. He goes, "I always come back at night. I gotta get better at shooting. That's what is going to help me be the best basketball player I can be." And I said, "Well, I want to stay in the league, so this is why I'm here, shooting extra shots, right?" And to his credit, he goes, "I never had somebody that I could come back to shoot with. I want to come back. I want to shoot with you. We do extra lifts at night." And so
he tried to play through it, couldn't. The Bucks were eliminated. 4-1, the critics got even louder. He's not clutch. He's not built for the playoffs.
Flexing, Crowder and Bridges, up inside, blocked by Antetokounmpo.
He'll never win a championship in Milwaukee. The pressure was suffocating. Every sports show, every podcast, every Twitter thread, he needs to leave. He needs to team up with LeBron, with Steph, with anyone. And then Giannis made a decision that shocked the entire basketball world. December 15th, 2020, Giannis Antetokounmpo signs a 5-year, $228 million Supermax extension with the Milwaukee Bucks. Not the Lakers, not the Warriors, not Miami, Milwaukee. The kid who tweeted, "I'll never leave Milwaukee" 7 years earlier, he meant every word. The media was stunned. Fans were ecstatic. The league took notice. The Bucks front office went to work. Traded for Drew Holiday, an elite two-way guard. Added PJ Tucker, a gritty defensive specialist. Everything was in place. One goal, one mission, win it all. 2021 playoffs. Second round, Brooklyn Nets Kevin Durant, James Harden, Kyrie Irving, the most talented offensive trio ever assembled. A super team built to dominate. The series was a war. Back and forth. Blow for blow. Game 7, Barclays Center. Brooklyn. Final seconds. Tied game. Kevin Durant, one of the greatest scorers of all time, pulls up from 3. The ball hangs in the air. Swish. The Nets bench explodes. But wait, his toe was on the line. 2 points. Not 3 overtime. The Bucks survive. Win the game. Advance to the conference finals. But Giannis wasn't done yet. Eastern Conference Finals. Game 4. Atlanta Hawks. Giannis skies for an alley-oop. Lands awkwardly. His knee buckles backward. The arena goes silent. Players turn away. Fans cover their mouths. Giannis is carried off the court, clutching his knee, face twisted in pain. The diagnosis, hyperextended left knee. The series continues without him. The Bucks win anyway, advance to the finals, but everyone assumes the same thing. Giannis is done for the season. NBA Finals. Phoenix Suns. Game 1. Giannis sits on the bench in street clothes. Bucks lose. Game 2. Still out. Bucks lose again. Down 0-2. The championship window is closing. Then the impossible happens. Game 3. Milwaukee. Giannis checks into the game. The crowd erupts. He plays 35 minutes. Scores 20 points. Bucks win. Game 6. Fiserv Forum. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. July 20th, 2021. Everything on the line. Win, and the Bucks are champions. Lose, and the series goes back to Phoenix. Giannis plays like a man possessed. Blocks on defense. Thunderous dunks. Clutch free throws. Every possession. Every second. Pure dominance. When the final buzzer sounds, the scoreboard tells the story. Giannis Antetokounmpo, 50 points. 14 rebounds. 5 blocks. The Milwaukee Bucks are NBA champions. Giannis collapses on the court. Tears streaming down his face. 50 points in a close-out finals game. From Athens to the top of the world. He did it. I'll never leave Milwaukee until we build a championship-level team. He said it when nobody believed. When analysts laughed. When fans doubted. When superstars were forming. Super teams in Miami, in Los Angeles, in Brooklyn. And on July 20th, 2021, he delivered no shortcuts. No super teams. No taking the easy road. Just loyalty, heart, sacrifice, and an unbreakable will to prove everyone wrong. This wasn't just a championship. It was a promise kept. The years since haven't been easy. 22. Playoffs. Lost to Boston in the second round. Chris Middleton was injured. The depth wasn't enough. 2023 playoffs. Giannis suffered a lower back injury against Miami. Tried to play through it. Couldn't. Eliminated in the first round. The doubts crept back in. Was 2021 a fluke? 2023-2024 season. Giannis silenced critics with a career-high 64 points against the Indiana Pacers on December 13, 2023. Then, just before the playoffs, another injury. A calf strain. Eliminated in the first round again. The critics say his window is closing. That the Bucks wasted his prime. That he should have left when he had the chance. But here's what they don't understand. Giannis Antetokounmpo isn't just chasing rings. He's chasing greatness. Not the kind measured in championships alone, but in growth, in character, in loyalty, in proving that you don't need to abandon your home to become legendary. He's a husband, a father, a role model. He still visits Greece every summer, still remembers where he came from. He's still improving, still learning, still evolving, and as long as that fire burns inside him, Giannis Antetokounmpo will never stop. From selling knockoff watches on the streets of Athens to hoisting the Larry O'Brien Trophy, from stateless refugee to global superstar, from nobody to champion. This is the story of the Greek freak, the kid who proved that loyalty, hard work, and belief can overcome anything. And his story? It's far from over. But Giannis isn't the only player who redefined what's possible with pure athleticism and heart. Want to know why Vince Carter never did a normal dunk? Why half man, half amazing became a legend?